Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
All right, it's Monday night, technically. We're pre-recording the show as we do every week, and then Friday night you'll get it played to you out there in Radio Land. All you guys on the inside, hello. Thank you for all the mail. I went and picked up the mail. There were about 40 letters in there, about 10 of them for me, and I'm dividing the rest of them up between some of the folks had their names on them, so I'm getting theirs to them, and we're going to try and catch up on that stack of mail. I did get one that David was worried about I think 2 weeks ago, and it was in the stack of mail. So, guys, we're trying, but we can't get in the building all the time. So when we do go in there, there's a stack of mail. Literally, this is the stack of mail this week. So it takes us a minute to get caught up on it. And TDCJ is super slow answering any of it. I've been waiting for 3 and 4 months on some letters, and a lot of times the best they do is tell me, well, we've shipped it off to another department. So forgive us for the delays and stuff. We're working on it. All right, so tonight we've got a great show lined up. David's put together another good one for us. We've got Erica and Brent from Oxford House, Texas. And if you don't know anything about Oxford House, you'll find out a whole lot here, because they've got a long history and well respected in the recovery community. Then we have, well, wait a minute, I'm missing somebody.
Terri LeClercq.
Terri LeClercq, yeah. Terri LeClercq, she's our book club, I don't know, president or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, she runs the Prison Show Book Club. And she is actually celebrating something. Her husband, Jack's got another book out, and they have been out, running around, traveling the world, trying to sell the book and everything else. So that's good. And then we've got our Death Row Angels, who will, I think, both be with us tonight. I don't see either one of them right now, but hopefully they'll be on here right quick. So we'll have them on. And then Diana Islas, who will be bringing the show to you translated in Spanish and English, so that our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters out there can be aware of what's going on with the rest of the program. So as far as I'm concerned, we should just go ahead and get started with the folks from Oxford House. Erica and Brent, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for having us on tonight.
Now, All right. I know that Oxford House is kind of a democratically run thing. They don't actually own the homes. They have always, traditionally, as far as I know, all of them are always rented. And, they're run democratically by the people that live in the homes. And could you tell us maybe a little about your background, how you got involved with it, and then we'll go over into how they operate.
You want me to go first, Brent?
Ladies first.
Okay. So I'd never heard of sober living before until I'd made it to treatment back in 2017. And I can remember my therapist at the tribal center. He was like, what are you going to do after treatment? And I was just trying to make it to treatment alive at that point. And he had told me that I was going into Wichita Falls, and he told me there was a sober living home there to get with my counselor and ask her about it when I was getting ready to be released from treatment. So the night that I got out of treatment, the tech took me from the treatment facility I was in straight to an Oxford house. And I lived in an Oxford house for 3 years. And it was an absolute game changer for me. And I'm going to be honest, like when I was first learning about it, and I knew I was going to have to live with 6 other women, I didn't want to do it, right? Like I didn't want to live with a bunch of women. That was the last thing that I wanted to do, but I knew that I had to do something different. And I knew if I would have gone back to where I came from, the chances of me being able to stay sober were very slim. So I was willing. I knew that was it for me. And I knew that I had to do something different. So I did it. Reluctantly, I did it. And I'm so glad that I did, because it was a game changer for me. And I'm so grateful.
Excellent. Brent, how about you?
So I've spent most of my adult life, locked up, in and out of prison and jail and treatment, running the streets, addicted to drugs. So this last time they sent me to a treatment facility, not in my hometown. I'm from Kansas City. So they sent me to kind of central Kansas. And, same thing with Erica, my counselor, kind of talking, what are you going to do when you get out of here? And I didn't have an answer. My answer was, I'm going to go back to my same old situation that I just came from, that obviously has not been successful for me 100 times in the past, but this time it's going to work. And, my counselor just asked me, why don't you give something else a try? Yeah. And these people, they came in and they did this little Oxford House presentation. I remember at the time thinking to myself, not going to be for me. I've been incarcerated. I've been in halfway houses, a lot of rules, a lot of putting up with other people. And so, I resisted at first. I kind of tried to do it on my own. And then in November of 2016, I moved into Oxford House Crossroads in Topeka, Kansas. And just like Erica, it was a game changer, man. I moved in with 11 guys, and 11 guys kind of showing me what they were doing to stay clean. 11 guys showing me what they were doing to become, productive members of society. It was a brotherhood that I've never experienced in my life. They'd done it, man. The guy that had been there the longest, he had been there for 2 years. He had been through every holiday, every situation, running into old friends, doing all that kind of stuff, and he'd done it, staying sober. So it was awesome, man. It was exactly what I needed. I got really involved. I thought to myself, if I'd have known about this when I got out of prison, maybe I could have saved myself 4 or 5 years of this vicious cycle that I was in. And so that's kind of become my mission, is getting the word out there that this place exists. We have nice homes. We rent them. There's nobody in charge. And guys coming out of prison do really well in our homes. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay. So let's tell folks a little bit about how Oxford actually operates. All right, let's say you're in a home. You're in there with 8 or 10 or maybe even 12 people, something like that. And what happens if an issue comes up? What happens if a water line breaks or something like that? Because you're in a rental house, and I know if it's a small thing, a lot of times the guys will step up and just fix something, or women too. I don't want to be that guy.
I have added more to my resume, so I can do a few things around a house now, thanks to Oxford House.
Well, that's good. I mean, you know, those things are life experience stuff that everybody basically needs. If you're going to get out and get your apartment or a house somewhere, you know, everybody needs to know a few things like that anyway. But what happens if something happens in the house?
Well, I mean, it's exactly like you were saying. If it's something minor that, you know, somebody in the house or one of the guys or gals from one of the neighboring houses can come in and fix, then that's something that they're just going to take care of. If it's something major that's going to fall on the owner of the house, that's where our residents are contacting the landlord. They're letting them know what's going on, and it teaches them. I had a lady in a house that I was in not that long ago, and she didn't know anything about contacting a landlord, and she didn't like being on the phone. And so she's the one that needs to be making those phone calls, because now we're going to teach you how to interact with landlords. We're going to teach you how to advocate for yourself, being a tenant, being in a rental property. And these are the things that they need to have to learn when they transition out into their own. So we really, truly try to put all the responsibility back onto our residents within our house. Otherwise, they're not learning anything. We're doing them a disservice if we're just coming in and doing it for them.
Well, that sounds kind of like Each One Teach One, which our producer David's familiar with, because that's what he started doing in prison. And so, Brent, what happens if somebody relapses while they're in the house?
So our homes have a zero tolerance for any kind of relapse, and it's not because we don't care. It's not that we don't understand. It's that every single person in our homes is recovering from substance abuse. And if we let one guy kind of slip, then it's a really thin line between one person, you know, relapsing and the whole house relapsing. So what happens is we have a meeting, you know, we determine that person has relapsed, and we ask them to leave. And we ask them to leave pretty quickly. We give them about 15 minutes to gather what they can. And then, you know, they can make other arrangements, come get the rest of their stuff. Safety of the home is the most important thing, man. Like, the world is a difficult place. Like, there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's old friends, there's all kinds of things out in the home, that outside of the home, that when our residents come to their house, they need to feel safe. They need to know that they're in a safe, supportive, sober environment, that they can grow in their recovery.
Yeah, so you're out of you know, jail or prison. You're in a sober living environment. All the triggers are out there in the world. You know, depending on where your home is, you're out there maybe in the same world. You know, but everywhere we know that those triggers and those dangers exist. So I've run a couple of men's homes, you know, with 30 and 40 guys between the houses and stuff. And it's quite an ordeal for a guy that's trying to stay clean and sober, when the guy next to him is trying to go out, and often trying to get him to go with him.
Absolutely.
You know, nobody wants to go out there and relapse alone. They always seem to want to take somebody, you know, or make it too easy for somebody else, you know. Erica, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's Brent nailed it, but it's very important. We have to make sure that we protect those in the house who chose to remain sober. And you know, I've watched women and men bond with each other in our houses, and you know, that one chooses to relapse, and it's a hard process, but it absolutely has to happen, because we have to be able to protect the house. We have to sometimes, you know, it comes down to it, and we have to expel somebody over a relapse. And it's hard, because you develop relationships with these people, right? You know, I didn't want to live with a bunch of women, but now it's like, I couldn't imagine not having the women that I have in my life today. And when we form these bonds and these relationships with them, it's hard, but we have to do it. We have to do it to be able to protect ourselves and everybody else in that house that chose to remain sober. And it's not the end of the road. If you relapse out of an Oxford house, it doesn't mean that you can never come back. You know, we just ask that you take 30 days or show a solid return to sobriety, and then the door's open. Come on back home.
Yeah, you know, I've been the guy that's had to be the one to put somebody out before and stuff. So is that kind of done as a group, so that no one person is responsible for, you know, for all that on themselves, you know?
Correct. Yes. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, I mean, every single thing we do as a group.
Okay.
From from accepting new people into the home, from, you know, expelling people from the home, from changing the thermostat. Every single thing we do in our homes, we do democratically. Every single person has a vote. You know, I work for the organization. Erica works for the organization. I don't run the house I live in. In the house I live in, I'm 1 out of 7 votes. So the new guy that's been there for 5 minutes, his say, you know, his voice counts just as much as mine. And that meant a lot to me coming in. You know, I come from a background where I don't really like to be told what to do, you know, so having that group environment where I had a say in the decisions being made, you know, meant a lot to me.
Well, that's, you know, all right, we kind of covered one major side of this, which is that nothing falls on you, the individual, except your own actions. But, and how decisions in the house are made, you know, that it's a group decision and everything. But people always want to know about the rules and things for this. Like one question that is obvious for our listeners is, could you make parole and go there? Can you parole directly to an Oxford house?
Yes, absolutely. And that's something that we're working on to make sure that we have all of our houses to where you can, because we want to bridge that gap. That's our ultimate goal is we want to I want to come down to the bus station in Fort Worth and pick you up and take you home. That's what I want to do. And that's our ultimate goal across the state, is to get as many of our houses as possible on that alternative housing list, so you can parole straight from TDC into one of our houses. So we're not all the way there yet, but we have in San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and I believe in Houston, we have parole approved houses where you can do just that.
Excellent. Excellent. I had one other question. I need to backtrack a little bit. If I were in your house and I relapsed, would somebody there be willing to get me into detox?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, do you have those resources and stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, as an outreach worker, you know, I've, you know, picked a guy up that was passed out drunk in the bathroom, got him to the hospital, then picked him up from the hospital 3 days later and took him to treatment, and then got him from treatment and brought him right back to the house, to a different house, because maybe we'll give him a different set of circumstances where maybe he'll be more successful. But like Erica touched on, we love these people. Like, we live in the same house, we become a family, and when they relapse, it hurts. You know, we want these people to be successful in life. Like, I wish that I could just wave my magical wand and everybody would stay sober and be successful. But I mean, it doesn't always happen. But, you know, we don't stop caring about the people just because they have a slip.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm sure all our listeners do too. You know, I know how hard it is when somebody relapses, and you're the one that finds them. You know, I've been the one having to kick the bathroom door open, and the guy's in there turning blue. You know, and having to throw them in the shower, stuff ice cubes everywhere. You know, that sort of stuff to revive the guy enough while 911's on the way. You know, I can't say enough about people that do this kind of work. So I appreciate y'all being on. We're just about out of time, and I'm sure David will schedule y'all back in here, because it is important for people in TDCJ and for their families who can refer them to be able to know about Oxford House and the fact that you're widespread, you know, really very widespread. I think I read you have over 600 houses around the country. So
we have over 2,800 houses across the country.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So even more widespread than I imagined.
How would somebody get in touch with the Oxford House? They have to write each individual house, or do they write a district, or how do they get in touch?
So we have our website, and I don't know if they're going to have access to the internet, but we have our website, which is oxfordvacancies.com. I have here in the Fort Worth area, I can give out an address. We have a reentry committee here in the Fort Worth area that works with those that are in TDCJ. I can give that address. I can give my phone number for the loved ones. I mean, whatever we need to get to y'all, you know, we're absolutely willing to do it, and we would love to work and help with anybody.
I think an address, something they can
Yeah,
write
we
down.
need an address.
Y'all
Okay.
go get your pencils.
Yes, so for the Fort Worth area, or even you can get them all there. I'll let the reentry chair know that they'll start coming in. It's going to be 1704 Downey Drive. That's Fort Worth, Texas, 76112. So once again, that's 1704 Downey Drive, Fort Worth, Texas, 76112. Just put Fort Worth reentry, and it'll go to who it needs to go to.
Excellent. Great
Downey
information.
is DOWNEY.
DOWNEY, yes, sir.
Thank you. And Brent, do you have anything for San Antonio?
You can write me directly. My address is 17022 Cortland Ridge. That's CORTLAND Ridge, RIDGE. That's San Antonio, Texas, 78247.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
want to thank y'all so much for coming on. And again, David will have y'all back. I'm quite certain of that. And it probably won't be all that long either. It's great information and great service that you're doing out there. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to Miss Terri LeClercq, who I see down. Well, yeah, she just moved. Okay. How you doing, Terri?
Oh, I'm fine. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood.
Well, I'm trying to pitch the book a little. Jack's got a new book out, I understand.
Well, out isn't quite the right word. No, but we are still working on that book. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a book where Big Pharma attacked a research scientist who discovered what was wrong with some pills. So they made sure that he got fired from his jobs and his grants taken away from him. So Jack has spent 7 years investigating that.
What did he discover?
The Big Pharma had managed to get an oncologist fired and have his grants taken away from it because the oncologist revealed what was wrong with some drugs. It's a really exciting story, actually. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right. So you're our Queen of the Prison Show book club.
There I am.
Here you are.
Let me tell you about a couple of things. One, I've been reading a lot about this book. It's called Illegal to Legal, and it's an all-in-one business startup manual with a proper dose of motivational wisdom, unique targets, and the audiences, people who've been inside and are dreaming of making it on their own business success. It's for the formerly incarcerated, and it's written by Pelshaw, RLPELSHAW, Pelshaw. And I really think it's a useful book. It's 284 pages, so you have to be ready to read some. But it's an all-in-all guide to all of these people who write me and say, well, when I get out of here, I'm going to start my own trucking business, or when I leave here, I'm going to be a successful chef. Yeah, but what are the steps between where you are now and where you want to be? Is a little hazy on that part. So maybe if you get Pelshaw's book, it will help you make those steps. And here's something that Bishop T.D. Jakes said. The average drug dealer or criminal has the same basic business skills as the average Fortune 500 CEO or nearly any business owner. So that, we're crafty, we're smart, but we're not exactly taking it step by step. And so I think this book, the Bellum book, might be something that everybody wants to read about. If your loved one, thinking about getting your loved one back from inside, you might want to get it yourself and take a look at it so that you can start sending little pieces and hints along the way. Sometimes all of the information is too overwhelming, but if you can say, okay, let's set goals, or let's see who you can talk to about financing stuff, and help people think about concrete steps for when they get out so that they can have their own businesses, I think that would be great.
Can you post that to the Prison Show Facebook page?
I sure can, with a picture.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. All right. So now,
My second thing.
oh, okay.
First of all, someone has broken into all of the cars in Hyde Park, and my secretary, my sweet secretary, had picked up a whole sack of mail for me and put it in her car. And that car was total night before last. Everything was destroyed, including my mail. But her car is destroyed. Interestingly enough, they left their cell phone, a bag of pills at the bottom of the car. These may not be the most professional car thieves, but they had a great time apparently before they crashed the car and destroyed my mail. So for those of you who are wondering next month why I haven't responded, talk to the guys who took the car, or write again. That's all I can say. Okay, my second point before I go away, because I know you have time constraints. This is something I've been thinking about a lot, Hank and David, and that is the question of hope. Right now, hope is diminished. We don't have much hope in the United States. We don't have much hope in our home. We're stuck. We're stuck in the cell. We're stuck in our house. And it's just the concept of hope is so amorphous. It's out there, but we can't really grab it and hold it every single day. And without hope, we sink and we sink and we sink and we become self-destructive. So here's something that I read the other day that I thought I would share with you guys. I think it's kind of interesting. I love poetry. I love songs. And this is by Garth Brooks. You may have heard his name. It's called The Dance. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above, for the moment, all was right. How could I have known you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it would end, the way it would all go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but then I'd have missed the dance. I love that. So we're in pain right now. We're having problems on a day-to-day basis, but that's the pain of it. But you wouldn't want to miss the dance because you're getting stronger. You're doing the dance steps better. You have some memories. When this friggin' apocalypse is over, you'll be able to look back and say, I survived that. I'm stronger for it. Here's what I learned about myself. And I think that's the hope we have to carry with us into the hot nights of the Texas summer and cells, into reading about politics, into getting a Dear John letter, whatever. Yes, but you wouldn't have wanted to miss the dance. And so that is my hope for you guys, that from this English professor to all of you, to the loved ones out there, and to those people inside, don't miss the dance. Relish it. God bless you.
Terri LeClercq, thank you.
Indeed. Good night.
Good night. All right. So I see one of our death row angels here. Miss Linda, is it you tonight?
Yeah, it's just me. Danny's sick. She's very sick, so it's just me.
Okay. Well, Danny, we hope you get well right away and quick. Miss Linda, what do you got for us?
Okay, I've got all the rulings. So good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row. Wanted to remind everyone that we are recording this early on September the 14th. And as usual, things will be coming out during the week, and we will be getting that information out to you if something comes up. We hope everyone is staying safe. Earlier this evening, TDCJ reported Polonsky does not have any active cases, but it does have 37 employee active cases. System-wide, there have been 155 confirmed or presumed confirmed COVID deaths with 39 pending. Right now, there are 3 scheduled executions. The next execution is Carlos Trevino on September 30th. Please send the governor's number to all your friends and family. It's 512-463-2000. Carlos was convicted out of Bexar County, and some people have been calling the DA. We encourage anyone who would like to call the governor and the DA of Bexar County. Like we do every execution, regardless of the circumstances, the prison show will be out covering Carlos's protest and all protests. If you are in the Houston area or the Huntsville area, please join us at the Huntsville unit. Remember, no voice is too small. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to see the end of the death penalty, get up and do something about it. I will continue to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. As of today, the execution schedule is Carlos Trevino, September 30th. Blaine Milam, January 21st, 2021. Ramiro Ibarra, March 4th, 2021. In other news, John Hummel, you are scheduled for conference at the Supreme Court on September the 29th. Alan Bridgers on September the 2nd. Judge Schroeder denied your motion to stay your case in the district court. Then on September, the state filed its response to this order. John Falk on September 3rd, the state filed its response to your supplemental briefing. Brandon Daniel on September 4th, you filed a motion for leave to amend his petition for habeas corpus in the district court. Patrick Murphy on September 8th, the joint status report was filed in the district court. Geronimo Gutierrez on September 8th, you filed a status report on your Atkins claim in the Fifth Circuit. Terrence Andrus on September the 11th, you filed your brief at the CCA. Then on that same day, September 11th, the state filed its response to your application for writ of habeas corpus. In addition, Texas law professors filed a brief as amici curiae in support of your application at the CCA. A brief of amicus curiae from 8 Million Stories was also filed at the CCA. Robert Will, on September 8th, you filed a petition for a panel rehearing at the Fifth Circuit. Then on September the 10th, a joint proposed scheduling order was filed in the district court. Then on September the 11th, Judge Ellison signed the scheduling order. Moses Mendoza, on September 9th, you filed an application in brief in support of a COA in the Fifth Circuit. Howard Lewis, on September the 10th, the state filed its response in opposition to your motion to abate your appeal at the CCA. Carl Bunton, on September the 11th, you filed your reply to the state's response in opposition to your application for COA in the Fifth Circuit. Micah Brown, on September the 11th, you filed a motion to modify or suspend scheduling order due to extraordinary circumstances in the district court. You also filed a petition for writ of habeas corpus. Howard Guidry, on September the 11th, the state filed its response in opposition to your application for a COA at the Fifth Circuit. Matthew Johnson, on September 11th, you submitted a petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Then on September 12th, you filed a motion to modify the scheduling order due to extraordinary circumstances at the CCA. Danny has a personal note. She wants to tell everyone that has wished her a happy birthday. Thank you. And she appreciates all the well wishes for her upcoming surgery. She says, you guys are awesome. Please keep her in your prayers. I don't care, guys, if you pray to God, Allah, whatever, whoever you pray to, please pray for Danny. We want her well.
That's all one God.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess I need to read up on everything, huh? Okay, and I've got a poem. This was written by Troy Clark, who was executed September the 26th, 2018. But I like the poem. It's very, very sweet. Locked in a cell with nothing but pain, thoughts of injustice running through my brain. Sitting on Texas death row waiting to die for a crime I've not done, you might ask why. How did it start? Where will it end? Why did this horrible nightmare begin? Why did she lie and condemn me to death? I'll ask this question with my last breath. I understand she was scared and alone, but to blame it on me was wrong. So now I lay behind these walls of concrete and steel, waiting for justice on my appeal. When my day comes and it's my turn to go, there's something I want everyone to know. Life is short and often tragic. Find the Lord, you'll find life's magic. Clark finished the poem with the words, God bless you and me. I think that's just a great poem. So I want you guys to start sending me some more poems because I'm running out. And I guess that's all I've got to say. Just everybody pray for Danny. We want her back. We want her well.
Yeah, amen. Okay, so we're actually, I think, running a minute or two ahead here, a couple of minutes ahead.
Almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, actually 10 minutes now that I look at my clock here.
Maybe Terri wants to talk about one of her books.
Yeah, Terri, unmute.
I actually was hoping you would ask that question. Some time ago, I wrote a graphic novel called Prison Grievances, When to Write and How to Write. And it took me a long time to get it written. It took a long time to get it drawn and ready to go. and then TDC kept it from getting in. Judge Senator Whitmire helped me get it back into the prison system, and I just learned this week that the Ramsey unit has started denying it again. So someone else told me that there's a temporary person at the Ramsey mailroom, and so maybe some of you guys could be kind enough to remind her that it is allowed to have an educational book explaining how to write in the Texas prison system. I understand they're getting rid of everything else, but so far, not writing textbooks, even though this is about prison grievances. And in prison grievances, I remind you over and again to get your ducks in a row, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't write it just to be hateful. Don't write a whole bunch of things in one grievance. So it's really a useful little book, and I hope it gets to go back into the prison system. A few of you who are indigent have written me asking for the book, and I've just bought it for you on Amazon and sent it because I want everybody to have a copy of that book, if possible. How's that?
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, okay. And by the way, I will tell you that Jack just celebrated his 89th birthday.
Oh, that's right. That was the other thing. Happy birthday, Jack, from the Prison Show gang.
Thank you. Tomorrow is my 74th.
Wow.
Nobody'd believe it from looking at you.
Woo. You know what Jack and I want to do when the apocalypse is over next year? We're going to have our 165th birthday party together because he'll be 90 and I'll be 75. Everybody's invited. Right?
That old guy swung a young chick, didn't he?
We just happen to have a great love affair, but 165 years worth of living. And we are really happy. He works with labor, as you know, with unions. Yep. And I attempt to help people who are behind bars. So we feel like we have lived lives well, and we are grateful. We're grateful for every moment, Hank.
Well, that's the way to live anyway. I've talked about it before. It took me years to get around to understanding that just being grateful in and of itself is helpful in your life and helpful in your spirit and everything. But what I didn't know until, I guess, 5 or 6 years now, is that being thankful every day makes every day actually better. And that the longer you practice it and the longer you do it, the better the days get. And after a point, you get where every day is good, and it's pretty much good all day. You run into road bumps like everybody else, but then your day switches back into good mode. And I'm thankful for that.
If you don't have it, and you whiny weenie all day long, my brother's a whiny weenie. If you're a whiny weenie all day long, you've lost the whole day. That's gone. You can't get that one back. So I think waking up and saying, this is the day I've got, I might as well be happy with it, even though they're cranky sillies, and even though the Johnnies are bad, and even though they're putting live viruses in next to you. Yep. But don't waste today. Love it.
Lord, all those things are true and current and going on right now. Where, out here on the outside, it's easier for us to distance and be sure we have our masks and be sure we sanitize and all that. But guys, on the inside, you have to be the one responsible for that, because the guy down the way is not responsible for you. The guy in the cell across from you is not responsible for you. You're the one that's got to take care of yourself on this thing. You and your cellie, if you've got a cellie, have to work together as a team, because that's your house. And you've got to keep it clean, and you've got to make sure your cellie does, and he's got to make sure you do. That's as much responsibility to another person as you've got in there. And, if you're not doing it, guess who's going to get sick? Some folks are going to get sick anyway, but you increase your risk and your cellie's risk if you're not doing those basic things. And so the Prison Show encourages everybody to take all the precautions they can every time they can and stick to them. We want you to come through this, and we want you to make your parole dates, and we want you to come home to your families. And
become good businessmen on the outside.
And become good businessmen on the outside. Thank you, Terry.
Right. I'll be sure to post that book.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Look at it. Yeah.
Please
Thank
do.
you very much, guys, for having me.
And something I haven't mentioned in a little bit is if you're on this call, you know about it. But for anybody that listens on Friday night, if you'll go every Monday, just go in the afternoon on the Prison Show Facebook page and pin to the top of the page, you will see the link to get on these calls, to get on these Zoom calls, so that you too can get on here and do your shout outs to your loved ones in TDCJ. And beyond. Honestly, David talks about this a lot. The grapevine works pretty doggone good. And just because you can't hear it on your radio Friday night doesn't mean your message won't get to somebody somewhere else. It happens all the time. We get letters from out of state and that sort of thing, which proves that you don't have to be able to hear us to know we're here. So with all that said, I'm looking for
Diana.
Oh, there she is. Diana. Yeah, Diana, how you doing?
I'm here. I'm doing good. How are you?
Like $1 million every day?
Good, good. I've got a big job to do today since Daniel's not with us.
Well,
So
we think
I'm
you're up to it.
excited. Yes, we'll take care of it. So I'm going to switch to Spanish now. Hola a todos, habla Diana Islas y me da mucho gusto estar con ustedes esta noche. Hoy es lunes, septiembre 14, pero ustedes nos escucharán en este show el viernes, septiembre 18. Probablemente se preguntan en dónde está Daniel. Él sigue con el show, pero no pudo estar con nosotros esta noche. De todas maneras, yo les daré toda la información que nos han dado hasta ahorita. Primeramente les quería mencionar que estuvo con nosotros una señorita que se llama Erika y un señor que se llama Brent. Ellos nos dieron información sobre una organización que se llama Oxford House, que es un grupo de hogares que ayudan a las personas recién liberadas para básicamente volverlos a integrar a la sociedad, sea en donde ellos vivían o en otra parte. Tienen 600 o más casas en todos los Estados Unidos y aquí en Texas tienen en varias partes como San Antonio, Fort Worth y Houston. Ellos mencionaron que ellos fueron miembros de esas casas y todo lo que ellos han... Todo lo que le benefició a ellos fue por haber llegado a esa casa primero cuando fueron liberados. Ellos quisieran darle información a las personas, más información para que se sientan cómodas en contactarlos, sean ustedes mismos o sus seres queridos. Unos puntos que ellos hicieron importantes fue que es importante no regresar siempre a la misma comunidad a la cual... en la que causaron los problemas que les sucedieron o los errores. También ellos tuvieron problemas, ellos estuvieron en su lugar y hicieron cambios. Primeramente hicieron un plan. Cuando yo salga, ¿qué es lo que voy a hacer? Y estar al tanto de ese plan. Verse a uno mismo afuera, liberado, y haciendo otra cosa, algo diferente, no con las mismas amistades necesariamente. A veces también la familia es un problema, dependiendo en si ellos fueron una influencia al problema que les sucedió. También hablaron sobre las personas que tuvieron problemas de drogas y que vuelven a recaer. Ellos mencionaron que normalmente si se dan cuenta que una persona recayó, les dan aproximadamente 15 minutos para salirse de la casa. No es por ser alguna persona dura, sino que ellos no quieren que esas mismas personas les causen a las otras que están en un buen camino. No quieren que los causen, que ellos recaigan también. Otra cosa que también mencionaron hoy es la dirección. La dirección de Fort Worth es 1704 Downey, así como se escucha, Downey Drive, en Fort Worth, Texas, 76112. Las personas que están en Fort Worth y Houston, si les dan parole, ustedes podrían llegar a esa casa también. No en todas las casas es posible, por ahorita solamente son esas dos. También el señor Brent dijo que le pueden escribir a él al 17022 Cortland Ridge, que se escribe COURTLAND espacio RIDGE en San Antonio, Texas, 78247. Ok, y por fin, nada más les quería mencionar para las familias, los invito a que sigan el Prison Show en Facebook. Ahí ponen mucha información importante. Incluso tienen el link de esta llamada de Zoom. Si no pueden aparecer por video, no hay problema. Es solamente para que sus seres queridos que están presos los puedan escuchar. También los presos, por favor, menciónale a sus familias que ellos pueden llamar al número 346-248-7799. Ahí ellos pueden llamar y simplemente esperar su turno para saludarlos. Muchas gracias a todos. Les agradezco que nos escuchen. Una cosa que quería mencionar, Hank, I'm just going to mention the last message that you gave, which was about being grateful every start of your day and how important that is. So, Hank mencionó que también es muy importante todos los días cuando uno despierte dar gracias, porque aunque estés en una situación muy dura, que me imagino que muchos de ustedes están en una situación dura, están incómodos, probablemente tienen miedo que se van a contagiar o algo así, pero den gracias simplemente por tener vida, porque hay muchas personas que ahorita no pueden decir lo mismo. Entonces, él dice que muchas veces si tú despiertas y das gracias, el resto de tu día va a ser más positivo, ¿ok? Entonces, muchas gracias a todos, cuídense mucho, sean responsables, usen su cubrebocas y hasta la próxima. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're kind of rounding up the show a couple of minutes early here. Let me pull up my little schedule again.
Got about 6 minutes or so before the break song. You know, I was thinking, Hank, you know why I chose the Oxford House tonight?
Yeah, why?
I mean, I know you've got a lot of experience with halfway houses, and whenever I paroled out to a halfway house. And a lot of people have some misconceptions about halfway houses. And I think what it boils down to is if you wait for the state to ship you over to Ben Reed Center, that's where you get the bad experiences. Halfway houses can be whatever you make of it. If you go to an Oxford house where you have the democracy, then you get to vote on those things and you get to help the maintenance of the house and the upkeep of the house and how to pay the bills on the house and all that stuff. And it teaches you how to be a productive member of society and makes you feel important, a part of, a sense of belonging. That's what we need to feel right whenever we get out into society. Whenever we get out into society and we go to a halfway house like the Ben Reed Center, we just feel like another piece of property. We feel like somebody's trying to incarcerate us or push us out. Whenever I went to the Milton Center in Beaumont, I felt like I had 1.5 feet still on the inside because they kept threatening me every day with trying to send me back and revoke my parole if I didn't do the right thing. But by going to a place like the Oxford House, and he said there was like 2,800 of them around the country.
Yeah.
That's a lot of choice. So you can pick and choose. I was looking here in Houston, and there's at least 5 or 6 of them right here in Houston. So there's some place that you can go to, and it gives you a sense of belonging. Now, granted, you have to stay sober, but that's what it takes to survive out here anyway. I've been out 14 years sober. If I go off and get stoned tomorrow, I'll end up with a parole violation and going back after all this time that I've been out. I'm still on parole. I can't afford that. So I had a really good friend of mine, Jack Graves, who was at a sober living house. And I love Jack with all my heart. Jack and I went through rehab together, and he's been in and he's been out. He relapsed. He gets up. He dusts himself off. He goes back and he's sober for a while. Really good electrician, really good person, really great friend. But I think it took going to the Oxford house or the sober living house to finally get it together to where now he's living out here and successful. But I watched him for a long time, struggling with it. And he would reach out to me and I'd want to help him. But at the same time, I knew that the best way for me to help him was to let him make it through. If I did it all for him, then I was enabling him and he wasn't going to make it. He had to finally get it himself. And I think going to that sober living house, that Oxford house, where he had to be a part of, he had to take part in the voting of the rules and the voting and the turning the thermostat on and off. I mean, my God, I think we all can agree to have 72 all the time, but yet it's important that you have a part in that agreement. So I think that's why I chose the Oxford House. I think it was very good. I was looking at 2 or 3 other ones because you and I have been talking a lot about trying to get more places for the guys to get out and get a good place. And I thought that would give them a good variety because that way it doesn't matter where they go. There's so many of them around.
Yeah, they're widespread across Texas, you know. So that really helps our people.
Yeah, I thought the Oxford House was great. And you can't get any better than going from San Antonio to Fort Worth. I mean,
you know, they actually have been so successful around the country. They're sort of a model that the federal government looks at. And SAMHSA, the mental health people, have actually included their stuff in their informational, not brochures, but in their informational stuff on their websites and stuff. You can link over to Oxford House and find one in your area. But you can go to Oxford House, Texas, and they actually have a right on the front page. If you scroll down a little, there's a button you can hit to find vacancies here in Texas. So all you families out there, if you've got somebody that's paroling and they've had a drug problem and stuff, and you're a little apprehensive about them, trying to come to the house and that sort of thing, you can find additional help by just going to a place like this. So it was a great thing for David to bring them on here. The services that people need when they get out is something important that we can do here. And that's a great way of going about it. Captain Tom, are you waving at me, or is that time?
Well, I'm asking a question, if that's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do these halfway houses help veterans?
I don't think veterans is any bar to it at all. They just want to help people. If they're, let's say it like this, if they're willing to take an ex-con, a veteran should be a shoe-in, I would think.
That's what I'm saying. If the veteran is incarcerated, do they take veterans to the halfway house?
Yeah, the object of the Oxford House is to stay sober. So whether you're an ex-con or a veteran or a guy off the street, it really doesn't matter. As long as you want to stay sober and learn how to live life successfully in a sober house.
Okay.
And they've been around since, I forget, 74, 75, 76, right in there. So they've been around a long time, very successful program. There are a few like that around the country that are just very successful because of the way they handle themselves.
Most of them are affiliated with AA, if not all of them. So if you don't have an alcohol problem and you don't want to attend 12-step meetings, then the Oxford House is definitely not the place for you.
Well, if you've got an addiction, an AA or an NA, either one of them is going to help you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth of the matter. It's working.
They've determined alcohol is a drug, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just wet dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So all that said and everything, I think we're ready for our break song. And then I've got my list printed up now. Are we going to take a little quick break here, do the break song, and then we'll come back?
Let's do the break song.
All right.
money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. And to all the laughers, the men sitting on the road, try to keep your heads up. You ain't deep if you got hope. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio. Broadcasting hope. The radio show.
Okay. All right, folks, we're back from the break song, and we are going to the callers now. And I have just a few recorded callers tonight. So I'm going to start off with Miss. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. Actually, I don't even have that list on here. Huh. I thought I must have copied one of the wrong ones. Let me pull it up here on my phone. At any rate, David, you got our first caller?
I got Miss Bella.
There we go. Oh, good.
Hey, Jebediah. Hey, baby, I love you and miss you. And I just keep thinking they'll start visits back soon, but I don't know. That's just what I keep telling myself. So Austin and I took Delaney today to get her some new shoes and clothes. And bless her little heart, Jebediah, she was wearing shoes that were way too small for her, and her little feet were hurting. So but anyway, she got some pretty ones, and we found her some pretty clothes. She picked her out a unicorn headband and a beanie baby and a pink box. So it was a good day for Miss Delaney. And then after that, I took her over to the cabin to see the baby squirrel and to meet Rye, the new dog. So she had a really good time. And then we took her home. So you would not believe the squirrel, Jedediah. He is growing like you would not believe. So anyway, I mailed you a ton of photos this week. And some of them were of the squirrel. And most of them were from our trip to the Keys. So hopefully you'll get those. And the weather's finally cooling off here a little bit, so trust me, everybody's happy about that. Well, baby, nothing much else is going on around here, but you take care and stay safe for me. I love you, Jedediah. Night, night, and sweet dreams.
Thank you, Miss Bella. Okay, let's get on with our calls. Captain Tom, do you want to go ahead and do your shout-outs?
All right, sounds good to me. The first thing I want to say is this is KPFT Houston. I am Captain Tom, and we're going to do our shout outs for my incarcerated veterans and also my homeless veterans. We got Leroy, Adam Walker. I'm going to do a shout out to Clarence. I know he's out, but I'm going to do a shout out anyway because he mentioned us. He was a guest on my show, military show. Danny Dean, Mike Stewart, George De La Rosa, John Wayne, Major Weeks, Pete Sines, Richard Harris, Bill Yates. By the way, Hank, did you get any more mail for me? Hey.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't recall if there's one in there specifically to you, but I'm mailing out. I've got 4 big envelopes over there with about probably 10 in each one going out to various folks,
right.
you know, in our gang. So thank you.
All right, we got Richard Harris, Bill Yates, Rick Stevens, Peter Green, Frederick Raines, Curtis Bell, Cody Williams, Paul B. Walker, Frank Hayes, Morris Lumpkin, Richard Meade, Patrick Reeves, John Hanks, Robert Willis, Tony Gordon, and Jerry Hanna, and William Ray Jacobs. Okay, that's it for the military portion of the prison show. I'm Captain Ron.
All right. All right, so we're going to go now with Miss Georgina, if she's ready.
Good evening, Prison Show. This is a shout out for William Irvin at the Polensky unit from Georgina. Hi, Will. Hope you're well, and I hope you're not in lockdown again. I'm just back from Wales. I went to see my sister and to pick up the photograph albums from, you know, that belong to my mum. Yeah, we were chatting about you quite a lot, so I'm imagining over this last weekend your ears may have been burning a little bit. So we were all at the house working, and Paul hung a new door and put some flagstones under the door at the back where there'd been some leaking. Anyway, we were just talking about all things Texas and particularly you, and yeah. How funny is that? Anyway, as you know, I've not been too well. I'm beginning to feel a bit better. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a crazy time, really. I hope you're getting everything that you need, and that especially that you've got some outside time, because that really worries me when you say that you've not had that, you know, getting out of your cell for all that time. Anyway, I love you loads, and I look forward to hearing from you. I haven't had anything in a while now, but that may be because you're just kind of reeling from me saying I'm not feeling good. Anyway, I know. I'm not swapping places with you. You know that. Okay, baby, I love you, and please write soon. Take care. Thank you, Prison Show. Good night.
Thank you. Miss Lovina, are you in off of your walk, run, ride?
I am. I'm just pulling up at home right now.
Okay.
Yes. So my shout out is to Jeffrey at the East Ham unit. I just want to say I love you so much. I really appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I'm so grateful that I'm with somebody that allows God to be the center of our relationship. And without that, it wouldn't be no us. So I love praying with you, fasting with you, everything, growing with you spiritually. I just got done walking and jogging at the track. I did 5 1/4 miles, so I feel really good. I'm literally pulling inside our garage as I speak, and all I'm missing is you being here. I can't wait for you to be home and make our home complete. I love you so much. Keep your head up and keep God first. Everything else will be taken care of. I love you. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're ready for Miss Hannah.
Hi, this is a message for Rudy Madrano at Polensky. Hey fella, just coming by to see how you're doing and say a quick hello. Hoping you're well and taking good care of yourself. Everything's good here, a little bit quiet, nothing too exciting to tell you about from the last week really, but everyone's well. My mum, Sadie and Candy all wanted me to send you their best wishes. So it's Monday 14th, just gone 1 p.m. I have no idea what to do with my 2 days off work now. Weather's really starting to turn here. It was freezing cold and so misty this morning when I left work. So whilst you cook in Texas heat, we're actually considering lighting the log fire to warm up. So we are at polar opposites right now. I'm prepping to send you out some snail mail as well as the usual JPay, so keep an eye out in the coming fortnight for those. Guess that's kind of it for now. Usual lecture, make sure you take care, wear your mask, wash your hands, eat well, enjoy any rec time with your friends if you're getting any this coming week in fresh air. Hope you do. Know that you're always in my thoughts and deep in my little heart, and I cannot wait to see you. Sending you huge hugs, and I will be sure to catch up with you again shortly. So until then, be good, and I miss you, and yeah, I will catch up with you again really, really soon, okay? Take care, love. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you. Okay, Rosalinda, you ready?
Hello. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing real good. I see you're out in the car too.
Yes, I can pick my husband up from work. He just got off work just now. But anyways, I want to do a shout out to Paul David Romero. He's in Ferguson unit. Hey, mijo. Hope you're doing good, mijo. Wish you the best. Hope to hear from Pearl anytime soon. I know you're still on review. I've been checking your website and all that, so I want to make sure you're doing good. I haven't got no letters from you in a while already. I think it's been a little over a week or a week somewhere through there. Let me know anything is up. Hopefully you get something, pretty soon from you. I love you, mijo. Wish you the best. The girls are in here. Hey, kids, you want to say hi? Hi. A little bit louder. Hi.
Hi, y'all.
Well, they said hi. Well, I think that's it. Just want to say hi and hope you're doing good, mijo. Write me soon, and if you can, give me a phone call. Shoot me a call or something if you can. If not, well, I'll be waiting for my surprise of your colors or your designs or your drawings. Just something, mijo. The kids are doing good. School's going good. Paula's really liking her school. Bueno, mijo, entonces luego después hablamos, mijo. Te quiero mucho, ¿eh? Besos. Bye, mijo. Thank you, guys.
Hey, are all those your kids?
Yes, I got 7 of my own.
Okay. Way to go. Well, hang in there, Mom.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. Have a good night, Hank.
You too. Miss Caitlin, we're ready for your call.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plumsky. Hey, boo. I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying positive and smiling your amazing smile. As for me, I'm doing good. Muchas gracias for the letters and the funnies which I received this week. I received 3 letters in total this week, and each one of them brought a huge smile to my face. Riley is still hoping to make her communion on Sunday, September 20th. So please say a prayer that you'll be able to make it this time. The numbers here are still continuing to rise. So at any time, further restrictions may be imposed and it may be cancelled again. So let's keep hoping and praying that she gets to make it this time. You should have received an greeting card, which I sent you. I hope that you like it. I got a bit creative. Please know how much you mean to me. Know that you're the world, my world. You're my rock, my confidant, my best friend, my everything. Please keep yourself safe and stay positive and know that I got you. Send you hugs wrapped up in love and magic. Good night and sweet dreams. And to everybody at the prison show, Thank you so much for making this happen.
Well, you're very welcome. Okay, we're ready to go with, well, Miss Linda, are you ready to do your shout outs?
Listen, you're going to be so happy with me, Hank. I know you came over here and took my list and hid it from me because I can't find it.
You didn't even see me do it, did you?
No, it was on my table in the kitchen, and I know that there's some cookies missing, so I think you did it. But I just want to say hi to all the guys. I'm sorry. I will find the list before next week, and I just want to make Hank happy tonight.
Oh, well, I love everything you do for us and for the guys. It's a blessing to all of us.
Well, I love the guys very much. I'm happy that maybe the visits might start up. I don't know.
TDCJ is not even thinking or talking about it yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't
But
blame them. I mean, they don't need to, get anybody else sick.
They get asked every Wednesday about it, and every Wednesday they say we're not even talking about it yet.
Right.
So the rumors are flying, but TDCJ is not buying.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me say a little hello.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. We did Miss Caitlin. Miss Lydia.
This shout out is for Beto. Hola, mijo. It's Monday, the 14th at 10 a.m. and I'm at home. We're all good, Papacito. We're all fine. I spoke with Vanessa yesterday and they were on their way to church. She said they would be getting lots of rain from that storm. I also spoke with Jennifer Lee and she was shopping at HEB buying dog food. She said Alyssa was working. She said this is third year, I think, at HEB, and she's still going to school. And Josh is up in college, so is Nicholas. Charlie is up in Colorado vacationing with his wife. David and Mariano have been coming over to Tia Rosa's, working in the back, cutting down mesquite trees. There's always work around here. Tia Patty's doing some repair to Grandpa's house. And we're all good. I spoke with Kathy this morning. She had been writing Buddy. She's off for 11 days, so be expecting lots of mail from her. She said she had sent me 2 packages with goodies, so I'll be expecting those. I sent you a JPay on Thursday. Hopefully you'll get it soon. Okay? Love you and miss you. Take care. My saludos to the guys. You know who you are. And I love you, mijo, and I miss you dearly. Okay, cuídate. Te amo. God bless you. God protect you. And thank you all who make this possible. Thank you. Bye, mijito.
Okay, thank you so much. Mike Lewis, do you want to do your shout outs?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm going to do the shout outs to the guys at Texas, Dennis Hope, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Guy Alexander. Shout out to Michelle Bateman, Manuel Marino, Michael Marino, Haas, Kay Money, Jovan, Philip Perez in Houston, Philip in Dallas. Tasha wants me to do shout out to Payday, Oz, Thomas, Matt. Shout out to Michael S. Garcia, Juan F. Carlos Esparza, F. Bernard, Howard S. Pruitt, Jose Herrera, Adam Wilkerson. Shout out to Edward Uriz and Barry Barrett. And now here comes the rest of my shout outs to Leo Caballo, Roland G. Lopez, Alexandra Medina, Stephen McGee, John R. Green, Robert Sotillo, Wayman Spriggs, Kenneth Keble, Edward L. Harmon, Ernest J. Matthews, Samuel Harris, Bill R. Sims. Shout out to Robert L. Allen, Christopher Dye, Fred D. La Raza, Juan Lopez, and a special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hope you're getting well. And now let's go back to our sacrificial lamb, Hank Lamb.
Okay. Well, Miss Vicky, are we ready for your call?
This is for my son Riggs at the Darrington unit. Hi, baby boy. I love you. Miss you. I've been sending a lot of mail. I think I've written almost every night last week. I feel so bad that I wasn't able to send you a happy birthday card. And I know your birthday was the 10th, but I just want to tell you again, happy birthday. Things here are good. Nothing new. Well, with the exception of our list is growing bigger and bigger on that to-do list. It's been raining. We haven't been able to mow the yard at either place because the yard is so wet. But we're doing good and hope you're doing good. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Popeye and to Chris. Hi guys. Hope everybody's doing good. I keep praying for all of you so your visits can start back up so you can see your family. Okay, honey, I've got to go now, but I love you and we miss you. And just hang in there, son. Hang tough. Okay, lots of big hugs and kisses.
Folks, if you're listening right now, if you would share the link on our Facebook page. We're going to be running a little short here as far as the number of calls we have on the line right now. So we'll have time at the end of the show to take more calls. So if you're on your social media, please share it. Kathy Newton, are you ready? Oh, Kathy. Unmute. Kathy, you got to unmute. Okay. Let's go ahead with Judy. Amy, you need to mute. And
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Okay.
Sorry, technical challenges. Thank you so much, Prison Show. You have no idea what this means, and missing last week was just devastating almost because my shout out is to Randy Strickland on the Polinsky unit, and he's in different housing now, and their building phone has been out at least 2 weeks. So, baby, I miss you so much. And I have so much to tell you, and I have seriously failed on mail lately. I'm doing the best I can, really. I'm so busy out here with school and homeschool and distance learning, and I know you have your challenges in there, but I promise I have my challenges. And actually, I did make it camping again this weekend. I took 3 of my grandkids, and Kayla and her friend went. And we went back to Chickasaw National Forest. We jumped off Little Niagara, and we had a blast. But we've had challenges at the high school. The rival school had a positive. So the football coaches came to the boys, the guys, they're not boys, and said, whoever can go home, because if we want to keep the football program going, we need y'all to have as least contact outside of this program as possible. So he came home, and now he has 4 periods or 5 periods at home and 3 at the school. So I go back and forth to the high school 6 times a day. I'm just pulling my hair out, for real. And I told you last time we talked, I sent you $25. Well, it got relocated. I had to pay something. Or anyway, so maybe when you get off restriction, I'll have my act together again. I love you so much. And pray, because today they had a positive at the middle school where Evan goes. And it's just a challenge. I mean, the obstacles of 2020 get me down. I pull myself back up. I miss you. Your phone calls, your letters, everything helps me, even if I don't say it so much. I love you very much. I miss you very much. Thank you, Prison Show.
Well, thank you. Miss Judy, are you ready?
You have no idea. I hang in there.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you. Miss Judy?
Good evening, everybody. I'm calling to shout out to Rodney Reed. Hey, R, I love you and miss you. Rodney Reed, you there? Can you hear me? I got your message from Quincy today, and he said that you didn't hear me on Friday. Well, you must have fallen asleep or spaced out because I was on. I went back this afternoon on Facebook to check and make sure, and I was on the recorded show. So if you snooze, you lose, but I hope you can hear me tonight. I'll send you last week's shout out so you can see what I had to say. Anyways, hopefully you're able to hear this one. Yes, I'm busting your chops a bit because you were trying to give me a hard time about not shouting out when that is not the case. Since we can't visit in person and have this debate, I will just put it out there now and we'll finally win a debate with you since you aren't going to be able to respond right away. So I'm gonna put a mark by me. I win one, at least until I get a message or a card from you making sure that you end up winning in the end. But I will enjoy a couple of days of victory. I miss us being able to banter back and forth and joking around. Can't wait until visits are back and we get to spend several hours together chatting. This is definitely the longest we've gone without seeing each other since I've been visiting. All is good here. I got your message from Jane on Friday too. I've started batch number 54 and it's about 12 pages so far. So I'll be mailing it out to you on Friday. Did you ever get 52? 53 was sent on 9/10. So hopefully you'll have it by tonight when you're listening to this shout out. I will try and send another message by Thursday to Jane so you'll get it on Friday when she calls. Just want you to know I love you and miss you. Sending you lots of hugs and kisses. Stay strong, keep safe, continue to hope and dream. Our dreams are alive and well. Thinking of you and praying for you. 568-626. Good night and sweet, sweet dreams. Rodney. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night, Judy. Thank you. Reb, are you there?
I am here, everybody. Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. I've been in and out, always masking up, of course, wherever I go, trying to avoid people and just really paying attention to the surroundings, of course, a whole lot more than I used to. I think a lot of us are washing the hands, changing clothes when I get home, that sort of thing. So doing good. Want to give a big shout out to the ladies in Mountain View. Also in the Pulaski unit, to all the guys that are there, especially those on death row, and to those that I usually visit, Big G, Bigfoot, Patty, D-Lo, Debo, Ram, Atlas, Big Will, and Juju. I wanted to say hi to all you guys. And always remember, you can walk between the raindrops. Take care, my friends.
Thank you, Rev. Diana, do you have any shout outs you wanted to do? Good.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here. Sorry about that. Okay.
That's all right.
This shout out is for Diego. Diego, I'm gonna let Arturo go first because he's here. Hold on one second. Let me put this back. Hank, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Diego. I just wanted to say I miss you, buddy, and hopefully you come out healthy and well.
Okay. So now it's my turn. Hi, Diego. I hope that you're doing really good, husband. And taking care of yourself. I know you probably are, but I know it's kind of hard, like they were mentioning earlier, about everybody being so close together and stuff. I miss you a lot. I've been writing you and stuff. I hope to hear back from you very soon. Things are going really good for me, and Levi seems to be doing really good too, having fun and stuff. He was really liking online school versus in person, I guess. So, which I expected because you know how he is anyway. But yeah, I'm doing really, really good here. My parents are doing good too. And I was going to let my sister talk to you, but I couldn't see her in the house. So anyway, please take good care of yourself. I miss you so, 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 so much. And I love you even more than that. So I hope to see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Marie, we're ready for your call. There you go.
Okay. Hey. This shout out is for my husband, Paul David, at the Ferguson unit. Hey babe, love you. Hope you're doing okay. We're all doing pretty good. Ya tenía varios días que I didn't get a letter from you until today. But I just want to let you know that. But anyways, so I'll be leaving to Linda's house Saturday morning, and I'm gonna be gone all week. Just letting you know that. But anyways, saranje, babe, and no que nunca es suficiente, you know. But anyways, love you, and take care of yourself. And I'm always thinking of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Gwen, are you ready?
I am ready. This is for Jason out of the Darrington unit. Hi, baby. How are you? We're all good here. I know you're wondering about your mom. I sent you a JPay on Thursday, 9/10, the day of her surgery, letting you know that it all went good. The doctor said the surgery went better than he could have hoped for, and that she is extremely healthy, which we knew that. I talked to her before after she got home that night for just a few minutes. They gave her some good medicine, so she was really groggy. I saw her on Sunday afternoon. We watched TV in bed for a while and visited, and she was moving around really good. Slow, but she was doing good. Gary and his family come over to visit that afternoon. I stayed for a little bit and then left. I'm checking in with her every day, and I told them that whenever she's going to be by herself or when he goes back to work to call, and I'll be over there. So don't worry, she's going to be well taken care of and fussed over. She's going to be tired of it before long. I haven't received your letter yet. I'm hoping that means that you'll have to put a few stamps on it. Other than that, everybody's good. School is going good, and that's about it. I miss you. I love you. Can't wait to see you again. I'm sending you lots of hugs and kisses and sweet dreams. I love you, baby. Good night. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Amy.
Hello, it's Amy.
Yeah.
How are y'all?
Like $1 million every day. I think everybody's doing pretty good.
Well, everybody's still here, so that's something to be said about that. That's a great thing. So
Amen.
my shout is for Sid on the Vance unit in the 72 group. Hey, baby, I love you. And I am so glad the phones are back working there. It was a struggle when they were not. And I know so many of us had problems, but I just want you to know that, as usual, I'm thinking of you, and I'm working towards getting everything done for Texas Law and our nonprofit to be completely successful. I love you very much, and I hope that everyone hears and tells you when you're not listening to the show, hey, your wife's on here, because you know they're going to. And I also want to send a shout out to my nephew, Anton, on Jester Unit. Anton, I love you. Keep your head up. And I got a call back from the sergeant, so I know they moved you to where you needed to be. Don't worry. Just call me next time you need something. I'll be here. All right. I love you very much. You guys take care. Keep your heads up and stay COVID free, man. That's all I can say.
Amen.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you so much. Okay, folks, we have a lot of time left here, so we're not really trying to limit your calls or anything. And if you're on your social media, please share the prison show link at the top of the page. You'll see the link to this so that other people can call, connect, and do shout outs to their loved ones. We want as many people on here as we can. We have, I don't know, let me check the clock real quick here, but we have quite a bit of time left and only a couple of calls left on the line. So if you can help us out by getting other people on the line, we've got almost 30 minutes of call time left. So figure 25 by the time we get these two calls. Last four of your phone number are 4097. 4097. Got to unmute. Okay, that's a 512 number. That's going to be San Antonio. Well, all right, we'll come back to you. 7069. Pardon me?
512 is in Austin, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Austin, yeah.
210 San
Yeah,
Antonio.
Hill Country. Hill Country. Yeah.
Willie
They both got several of them nowadays. 7069. 7069.
I asked them both to unmute, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, I don't hear anything from either one of them. Folks, if you don't unmute and talk to us, we can't get your call on the air. 706. Oh, now they both unmute. All right, 706. Y'all hold on. Both of you hold on just a minute. 4097, mute again for just a minute. You'll be the next caller. 7069, go ahead.
Hi, I would like to make a shout out to Juan Segura from East Ham Unit. This is Elson. I just want to tell you that we love you and miss you very much. We're doing well here.
Hi, brother.
And your sister's here to tell you.
Hi, brother. I love you so much. I miss you so much. Hey, we're all out here for you.
We're here. I'm here, ready for you to come home. I haven't received your letter yet since we spoke on Saturday that you had mailed one out. So I'm looking forward to your letter. Just know that I love you very much and miss you with all my heart.
Love you.
And I hope to hear from you really soon. Bye, baby. Love you.
All right. Thank you. 4097, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Yeah, this is so confusing, the system. You were telling me to unmute, but I wasn't muted on my end, but then it says press *6. I didn't even know I was muted. But anyways, okay, so I'm sharing your post, but my shout out is for Rodney Reed. Rodney, hello, are you awake? Rodney, wake up! Time to go on our date. So I'm glad you had a conversation today with Q, and I didn't get a message afterwards, but I got a message before. I am currently with my own personal cellie.
Hey, Rodney.
We are in, I don't know, some kind of woods in Georgia. We have a fire that's fading. We're getting ready to go to sleep. Hopefully you got my JPay today. We're on our way to this pandemical wedding, which still seems quite strange, but hey, I mean, when you have a kid, I guess you just do what you do. I heard somebody earlier saying something about, Texas not starting visits soon, but oddly enough, the other Trump butt kisser DeSantis over here in Florida, they are going to start visits at the Florida prison. So I'm hoping that maybe soon Abbott will see it for probably the political move that it is and start allowing visits. So as soon as they open up for visits, I'm there. Judy and I will be there probably together instead of having to arm wrestle, because I would probably win that arm wrestling match. Anyways, we'll be there together. Let's see, what else do I know? We had our nice camping dinner tonight, a can of chicken, some cheese, crackers, and an apple. Talk about camp food. And we have a nice fire, and we didn't even grill anything, but that's too much work. anyways, I hope some more people will call in and shout out. I really miss you. I'm glad that you're still doing well. Anyways, today would have been the day that we would be going to bed for the first night after your hearing, but that obviously didn't happen because those jerks know they're going to lose. I'm sure it has nothing to do with COVID. Anyways, I could go on and on this unlimited amount of time after giving 30 seconds so many times. I don't even know what else to say. It's beautiful here. I miss you. I love you. And you better have heard all of this, and you better not have been asleep. All right. Good night. I love you. Take care. Everybody, please take care. Love you, Rodney. Thanks so much, Prison Show. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Well,
bye-bye.
we are. All right. Have a great evening. David, will you give them your address again? Because sending it to the prison show or trying to call the station is not working well.
Yeah, it's not working very good. So you can reach the prison show, care of David Collingsworth. Our address is 4414 McCleester. That's MCCLEESTER Drive in Spring, Texas, 77373. So one more time, and I'll try and slow down a little bit. David Collingsworth, the prison show, care of David Collingsworth. That's 4414 McCleester Drive, MCCLEESTER in Spring, Texas, 77373.
I have a shout out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. Aunt Kim for Doug Seitz sends her love, and she's given a shout out on the prison show. It's Kimberly Engelberger. So, hey, Doug, we love you, brother, and you hang in there.
I see we have Jeremiah Rankins with us. How you doing?
Doing great. How's everybody doing today?
We're all good. Thank you.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't give me your one-liner.
Oh, no. Come on, man. I've already said it about 8 times this show.
You're like that microphone, too.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
yeah.
You got the radio get up.
Yeah, my new toy. Good evening, everybody who's out there. I don't think that I'm in a position to say his name. I think he knows who I am now. We kind of connected. I would have to kind of ask permission to give him, to put his name out there. But there's a young man who reminds me of who I see myself in when I was 19 years old, when I went to prison in 2004. And I just want him, he's facing a little bit more time than I was, but I just want you to keep your head up and stay focused. My mom told me, don't let that place get inside of you. You're going to be in that place, but don't let that place get inside of you. And so that is my advice to you. It's going to be extremely hard, and that sometimes you're going to fall short. But I highly encourage you all, not just him, but everybody who is listening. You're going to be in that place, but don't let that place get inside of you. Stay focused on what you want to accomplish when you come home. So I don't have an intimate relationship as far as like friendship or a family member that's locked up, but I do love y'all. There is a heart. There's a place in my heart for y'all. And so I do love y'all. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for coming and getting on. We also have Stacy on the line. Stacy?
This is for my husband, Sporty Black at East End Unit. Hey, baby, it's a Monday night here in Virginia. Kissing you on Friday night, Blues Chaser. Baby, I trust you're doing good tonight, and you're hearing from me consistently as I am you. I got the news of 2021. Yeah, booby tough. We'll get there. And no, I haven't heard from Alex yet. I'll probably try to get to him this week. I got that letter today, Monday night, so I'll try to call him sometime this week. The girls are behaving. I'm doing okay. I just miss us, but I'm doing all right. I got my 2 books you told me to get, and I got the rest of my Amazon order. I've been speaking on in our pages, and I've got it this evening. Lou, I sent you out some Emilio letters coming your way with pictures. I know it takes a while. It takes a minute for you to get them, so be on the lookout for those. I also sent you a JPay that I trust you got tonight. I got all the addresses of those folks you asked me to get coming your way in our snail mail. Baby, I'm going to keep this short. This is kissing you. That I'm out here eternally yours, and I miss you crazy. I love you, sweetheart, and I can't wait to see you. I can't wait till this mess is over with. I love you. Take care. Mwah. I love you.
Thank you, Stacy. 5811. 5811. There you go. You're on the air.
Hi, yes, I am.
Go ahead. 5811. You need to go ahead and do your shout out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I couldn't hear you. This is a shout out for Isidro at the Polensky unit. Hey, mijo, it's me, Mom. I just want to tell you I love you and I miss you. We received your letter today, dated for September the 6th. So it was really, really slow. But anyway, I'll order your books that you asked me for. I love you, and I'll pass the phone to Dad. I miss you so, so much, mijo. Here's Daddy.
Hey, mijo. I love you, and you take care. And I can't wait to see you. So, and the girls are doing good. I saw them yesterday, and they were talking about you. But either way, mijo, I love you, and talk to you later. Bye, mijo. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Good night, mijo. I love you.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. 5032. Okay. You have to unmute.
Hello?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hi. I want to give a shout out to my brother Arturo Garza in the Polinsky unit. Just want to let him know everybody's okay. Everybody's good. Also that my sister Veronica received a letter from him. I think it was Saturday or Sunday, dated just recently. So she said she sent him 2 letters, actually 2 envelopes, one with the picture and another one with the letter and a picture. I'll be sending you a letter this week and some pictures. Just want to see, hopefully you're doing okay. Mom was here this weekend. So was Robert and Veronica and Carlos. Just hope you're doing okay, brother. And I'm sorry I didn't get to give a shout out last week. Labor Day threw me off, but hopefully you're doing okay, brother. Just wanted to give you your little lyrics. Let you know, brother, write this down. Take a little note to remind you in case you didn't know. Tell yourself we love you and we don't want you to go. Brother, write this down. Take our words and read them every day. Keep them close by. Don't you ever let them fade away. So you'll remember what we forget to say. Brother, write this down. So just remember, brother, even though we don't get to talk to you all the time, just remember we love you, we miss you, and we hope you're doing good. So you need anything, when you get a chance, give us a call. I know that Miranda got to talk to you. We heard about that. So we know you're good. So we miss you. Hope to see you soon. Thank you, Prison Show.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, down there on the Vance unit, listen up. Mr. Ray Reed. Kimberly Taylor sends out a shout out to you saying to let you know that she loves you, you're her everything, and she misses you very much. All right, I got that one out of the way. Guys, you know, for me to say all that lovey-dovey stuff to a man, I don't know. But, you know, this is a prison show, and we trying to get these shout-outs to you. Everybody's holding up stuff in their house. Folks, we're going to, between now and next week, we're going to try and get Michael some help, Mysterious Mike. We're going to try and get him some help. At any rate, let's go ahead with the calls.
Did he just hold up a Barbie doll?
It was a Kamala Harris doll. So he had a Trump doll with a Trumpy doll with a mask on, and
This
then he
dude
had
looks like me, man. That's my little dude. My mini-me.
Yeah, and Tom over here with the U.S. Army Cup.
Yeah, I think we got a couple more callers down there.
We do. 6362. 6362. Unmute and come on.
You got to dial like *6 or something like that. I can't do it. All I can do is ask you to unmute.
Yeah. Okay, let's move ahead. We'll come back to them. 6362, we're going to come back to you. But in the meantime, figure out how to unmute your phone. 4004. Unmute and come to us. There you go.
Hi, I want to send out a shout out to the Just the 3 unit.
Go ahead.
You hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I want to send out a shout out to Just the 3, the whole entire unit. I want to send a shout out to Super. This is Super's mama. And I want to say, keep your head up. Don't get down. Don't get discouraged. Just stay focused. And everything's going to be all right. You know, don't worry about me. Just worry about what's up ahead. So don't worry about anything else. And for those of y'all, the other guys that were looking for attorneys, I did get some names. It's Tanika Solomon and Bill Herdman.
Habron. Habron.
Yes, Habron. Those are 2 parole attorneys that are in Houston. And so those are 2 names that maybe you guys can look for. And we all love you. Grandmother loves you. And we hope your birthday was the best birthday you ever had. We love you so much. And we'll talk to you later. Just keep your head up. We're fine. Okay? We love you.
All right. Thank you so much. 6362. We're coming back to you. Trying again. You have to.
Hello?
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm calling to do a shout out for Isidro in the Polanski unit. And I wanted to let you know that Sandra did go this weekend to visit with Nathan. She's still not back. She'll probably be back tonight. I know he's doing fine. I spoke to him over the phone. I'm still planning to go within the next 2 weeks. We went to Elizabeth this weekend because it was Anna's 18th birthday Sunday. So just wanted to let you know, praying for you. Praying for you. We love you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. We've got 7 or 8 minutes left. If anybody out there listening hasn't called in yet, it's time to call in. All right, and if you are, I guess they can't listen actually, technically until Friday. Folks, when you do hear this on Friday, be sure and put this on your Monday night calendar at 7 p.m. every Monday night. We come to you on Zoom. It's always pinned to the top of our Facebook page. And like David, I've got a stack of letters here. I'm going to run through real quick.
Hey,
Can I do one more shout out?
It's going to be the same phone number and the same meeting. I just keep adding days to it, so it's not going to change. The last time I messed up, and we had to change the meeting number and everything, but this time it's all going to be the same. We did get a new caller right there, the iPhone.
Yeah. iPhone?
Yeah, the iPhone's trying to get the audio.
Trying to connect the audio.
Yeah, still trying to connect. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead here. Mike, you go ahead.
Okay, I forgot just one shout out to Joseph Johnson Jr. I wanted to do a shout out. I got misplaced in my list, but I don't know how I did that. But special shout out to Joseph Johnson Jr.
All right, thank you. Okay, I got 2 guys that I've got a few letters from each one. I got like 3 from one and about 9 from another. Charles Riley, I have sent questions to email about your situation, to TDCJ by email about your situation. And the only responses that I've gotten so far, and this is over a long period of time now, at least a couple of months, is that they've passed it on to another department, and in your case, medical. And no responses from them yet about you. Fred Lampkin, I've got 9, but one of the ones I just got says that you've sent 11 and had your family call in the station. We've been telling y'all for months, we are not in the station. So, calling up there doesn't help. You'd have to get a hold of us via the Facebook page, and then we will, message your family back, that sort of thing. I have the same news for you. I send information to them, and all they do is pass it to another department. And since this COVID thing hit, they're not answering a bunch. They are answering some with that I've shipped it to another department thing. And I have one response from them, but they deny your situation is even what you're saying it is. And, that's not unusual. I know you're used to that. But once I get any more specific responses about you, I will reach out to you again. All right. So that said, I've also got Jonathan Ellsworth, Christopher Harvey, Randy Del Mayo. Randy, I think yours is probably a political thing or something. And I really don't answer the political ones. There's no sense getting after me about my politics. I don't get after you about yours. Tony Casey, William Owens, Toby Mays. These are the ones, this stack, these are the ones that I've been waiting anywhere from a couple of, 3 or 4 weeks to 4, maybe even 5 months in a case or two, like Lampkins. All right. Then the ones I just picked up, this is where Lampkins is in here, and I see that he's written me a bunch of times. John saying, I did get your letter. Thank you for the postage. And I'm taking care of mailing off those other letters too. Let's see. Well, I've got a couple from Fred in this pile too. Here's one that I don't. Oh, David Davis. I got one from Soul Sisters. If any of y'all are listening, thank you. And then Richard, I'm going to say Goff, or Robert Goff, Franklin Davis, and Michael Effinger. And I will get on these this week and see what I can do about getting some responses for y'all. And now we had Miss Linda, you came back on?
I've got a shout out that a girl just sent to the prison show. It's for Ray Reed at the Vaughn unit. Kimberly Taylor loves you and misses you. You are her everything. So
I already got it, but thank you.
Oh, did you already say it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, he's going to be real special tonight then.
Well, it's better coming from you, I'm sure, than it is coming from me. So thank you.
Oh. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. I just saw it come across the screen. So
it works fine for me. I appreciate it. We've gotten everybody. Kathy Newton, did you come back on? I didn't see her for a while. Now I see it back on there.
No, I was just listening. Did you want me to talk again?
Well, if you want to do a shout out, no? All right. All right. Well, that's all right. We're running out of time now. Thank you.
Okay. Y'all have a great week.
Okay. Thank you. Busy show.
Wanted to have a few closing comments. It's been a really good show, even though we didn't have a lot of callers. You guys encourage your family to call in on Monday nights so that they can actually get in on the Zoom meeting. Thank you, Hank, for all the work you're doing there with the mail and everything. Guys, continue to write us. If you want to get a hold of Hank or somebody, send it here to the house, and I'll make sure that they get it. I'll take a picture of it and send it to them or mail it to them like Hank does, whichever way we got to do to get it out. I appreciate the lady who offered up Tanika Solomon and Bill Hayburn. There's a lot of attorneys out there, guys. There's a lot of good attorneys out there, but there's also a lot of folks that probably don't, we're not going to mention their names. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but at the same time, you got to be careful who you're hiring. I don't think I've ever seen anything bad come out of Tanika Solomon or Bill Hayburn. There's some other good ones out there. I love Mary Saman. We can just continue to name them all off, but we don't want to go there. Just be careful is all we're saying. Do your research.
Yeah, we officially don't recommend anyone, but we have a few friends of the show that you know from experience.
Personally, I've got out of prison by doing 3 different things. Number 1, I didn't do anything. I just let the process take its course. Number 2, I did my own parole package and submitted all my certificates and my letters that my family had written, and I had a job that I submitted and a place to go to. Just submitted all the information in a parole package. And then I had an attorney. I had one attorney, and she got me out, believe it or not, within, I don't know, it was like 17 days after my hearing, I was out on the street.
Wow.
But again, it's worked all three ways. So I mean, it's a crapshoot. But guys, we just want to encourage you to keep washing everything and try and stay your social distances the best that you can. Hank says it every week. I repeat it after it. If you touch it, wash it. If somebody else washes it, touch it, or touches it, wash it. Whatever you think about, just wash it. You know, you got your mask. They're writing cases. They want you to wear your mask even if you're in your cubicle, and it seems kind of ridiculous. But your celly's there, and you're not 6 foot away from each other, so it's probably not so ridiculous. It may not be comfortable. So put your sheet over your head or whatever you got to do to keep covered up so that the guard don't write you up. But wash your own mask, man. It's like wearing somebody else's drawers. Don't do it. Just wash your own stuff and take care of yourself. Stay as far away as you can. But other than that,
5811. I noticed they had unmuted there.
She keeps unmuting, and I keep muting her because we got to go over. It's time to say, y'all stay tuned for Rebel Radio.